Some of the most asked questions in the fitness industries are related to diet camp. What about paleo? What about vegan or intermittent fasting? Those are probably the wrong questions to ask in the first place. It is time to learn a new questions and discover what camp one should belong to. You really shouldn't fall into any single diet camp. Unfortunately, this confuses many people because the human brain likes easy categorization. There's not a single, absolutely, positively, without a doubt, best diet for every person to follow, always and forever. When considering a diet camp, there are many factors to look at. Here, some examples. Body type. Some people are tall and thin, others are short and stocky. Dietary preferences and exclusions. Some people like to eat lots of meat every day, others prefer eating no meat at all. Budget. Some have only a low budget, others have unlimited food expense funds. Organic conventional. Some eat only boxed and packaged foods, others will eat only organic, whole foods. Nutrition knowledge. Some are devout followers of a certain dietary practice, others will have very little nutrition knowledge whatsoever. Time. Some have an open schedule, ready for any kind of health and fitness project. Others have a crowded daily schedule and countless conflicting priorities. You get the picture. There's simply no way to be able to make incremental improvements in your eating if we are militant about a single nutrition paradigm. And this is why the best coaches don't actually have a single nutrition philosophy. Physiologically, the human body can do well under a host of different nutritional conditions. This is clearly demonstrated by examining the traditional diets of various tribes and ethnic groups throughout the world. For example, the Arctic Inuit and African Maasai eat traditional diets that are very high in fat and animal products with very few vegetables. Conversely, the Kitavans in the South Pacific eat traditional diets that are low in fat, but very high in vegetables and starchy carbs. And the Kung of Africa eat traditional diets that are made up of mostly nuts and seeds. You can also consider the blue zones, pockets of the world where people seem to live measurably better and longer. While there is some basic nutritional overlap, each style of eating is different, while still resulting in successful health outcomes. This is only possible because the human body is amazingly adaptable to a host of different dietary conditions. It is possible to be healthy and fit whether you eat mostly meat or mostly veggies, mostly fat or mostly carbs, many times a day or just a few times, and so on. But wait, how can all these different diets actually work? How can such wildly different nutrition programs all lead to positive results? They're not as different as you might think. Most effective nutrition programs are more similar than different, yes, even paleo and plant-based eating. When done properly, paleo diets, plant-based diets, high-carb diets, low-carb diets, eating small meals frequently, eating larger meals infrequently, all accomplish the following. Everyone wants to talk about the food itself, the proteins, carbs, and fats. But research is now showing that simply paying better attention to what you eat is a key factor in whether you'll lose fat, get lean, and improve your health. Whether your attention is trained on avoiding carbs, eating more vegetables, seeking out organic free-range food, avoiding animal foods, or avoiding non-paleo food, it's all good. The goal is to focus on food quality. Paleo and low-carb advocates want you to eat more natural, free-range animal-based foods that are higher in protein, higher in fat, and are minimally processed. Vegan and high-carb advocates want you to eat more natural, plant-based foods that are higher in fiber, antioxidants, and are minimally processed. Recognize what's common here. Indeed, very few nutrition camps recommend you eat more processed, nutrient-depleted pseudo-food. Pretty much every camp recommends eating whole, minimally processed, nutrient-rich foods. Foods that our bodies have a long-standing relationship with, regardless of the protein, carb, and fat breakdowns. The best nutritional advocates help us shift away from highly processed foods, which are often low in nutrients because they've been stripped out during processing, and toward a variety of more whole, minimally processed foods, which often have their nutrients intact. Thus, a properly designed diet of any kind eliminates some of the most common nutrient deficiencies: water, certain vitamins and minerals, proteins, and essential fatty acids. A key component of this is dietary variety. Some foods are lower in amino acids and some are higher. Some foods are lower in vitamins and some are higher. No single food is meant to meet all of our nutrient needs. We often look, feel, and perform terribly when we're deficient in important nutrients. But within a few weeks of correcting these deficiencies, we feel totally rejuvenated. And because the transformation is so dramatic, that's often when we become diet zealots. When we're more aware of what we're eating, choose a variety of more satisfying, higher quality foods, and eliminate nutrient deficiencies, we almost always end up eating less total food. We feel more satisfied, we lose fat, gain lean muscle, and perform better. Notice that you don't need calorie counting here. Focusing on food awareness and food quality is usually enough for people to tune into their own hunger and appetite. And that means calorie control without the annoying calorie math. It also means more sustainability since counting calories has a shelf life. When people start paying attention to their eating, they usually start thinking about physical activity too. In fact, many of the diet camps recommend regular exercise, which is a good idea, since focusing on diet alone may actually interfere with establishing a consistent exercise routine. When a person exercises regularly, with a mix of high and low intensity activity, they dramatically improve their ability to turn the food they eat, whatever food that is, into functional tissue instead of extra fat. You can now understand how different well-designed dietary philosophies, even when they seem oppositional and antagonistic on the surface, can all promote good health, body composition, and longevity. Hopefully, you can now see that there's no such thing as one universal best diet. Without a doubt, there's not best diet for everyone. New headlines will continue to pop up about which diet is best. But remember, the existing knowledge base we have is more than enough to act on. Humans have evolved to do well under all sorts of dietary conditions. If you enjoyed our video, hit the like button, share and tell us in the comments below what kind of diet you are currently following. Subscribe now to the channel to learn more on how to improve your body and take this journey with us.